Hello again, just here with your tax tip of the week. And I just want to let you know this year tax filing for 2025 taxes is going to be due for everybody who doesn't have an extension. Your personal taxes are due on April 15th, which is a Wednesday this year. So if you don't have your taxes done, you have a couple of options. One, scramble and try to get them done as quickly as possible. Number two, put them on extension. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of each of those. A lot of people are worried about, oh, I don't want to extend my taxes. What if I extend my taxes? Oh no, what's the IRS going to think? Well, actually, take care, good people. An extended return is actually going to be less likely to be audited on average compared to a non-extended return. Why is that? Typically, the IRS thinks that you're waiting for maybe corrected materials, you're waiting for your 1099s to come in, you're waiting for all your tax documents. If somebody else who's reporting income for you is reporting late, oftentimes that will make the difference between when you get an automatic electronic audit and adjustment to your tax return. Don't worry about whether or not filing on time or filing extension will affect your tax return. Filing on extension is not a problem. Remember, it's an extension of time to file your tax return. If you owe money, it's not necessarily an extension of time to pay. You do want to estimate how much you are going to pay. If your income is similar to last year, you might be able to use that as a gauge. You can look at your withholdings from your W-2 or any estimated payments you made to see if that matches and covers your tax liability according to last year. You're going to owe more or whatever. There could be interest owed, and there could also be underpayment penalty owed. So getting that extension works fine. You just have to make sure that you have paid approximately as much as you owed. If you overpay, government will refund your money. If you've been waiting for a few months, they'll actually pay you interest back on that money that they're refunding that they've held since April 15th. If it's coming close to April 15th and you want to be on the safe side of sorry, even if you overpay a little bit, it'd be like putting money in the bank. When the IRS gives you your refund, they'll give you a little bit of interest on top of that money that they've been holding for more than a month or two since you should have filed. So that's tax tip number one, time to file your extension. I recommend, even if you're thinking about filing on time at this point, usually around April 1st, April Fool's Day, it's a good time to make sure you get your tax extension filing in so the IRS, or you don't make a fool out of yourself, however you want to think about it. For people watching in California, I'm coming out of Sacramento, California, there is a new tax that's not an income tax, it's not federal tax, but it's a state tax. It has to do with driving. Now, I know a lot of you are probably worried, like, hey, what the hell? I'm already living in the state that's got the highest gas tax in the nation. Thank you, Governor Newsom, the other wonderful legislatures we have, for doing such a wonderful job of keeping our roads so wonderful. Because we all know, because California has the highest transportation taxes, that we must also have the best roads. Well, can it get any better? Well, believe it or not, right now in the legislature, they're looking to pass the mileage tax. How does that work? Well, don't worry. They're not going to replace the gas tax, because I know you'd feel really bad if you had to replace the gas tax, right? So don't worry, for all you patriotic people, you can still pay all your gas tax. This is just an opportunity to pay an additional tax, which I'm sure you're going to love paying, 6 cents a mile for the mileage tax. So let's say the average California family drove about 15,000 miles, for example. This would be an extra $900 in taxes that your family has the privilege of paying for each year. So, just take it out of the retirement fund, the college fund, wherever place you were going to waste that money on anyway, and make sure you give it to our wonderful state of California. But if you didn't want to pay that, now might be the time to contact your legislature and find out more about the mileage tax bill, which is going to be passed for all people, whether you drive an electric car or drive a regular gas powered car. I think if you're a skateboarder, a scooter, or walking, you'll be okay. But kind of hard to get around California without getting a ride once in a while. Okay, so those are the two things that I wanted to talk about this week for your tax tips of the week. Hope you're having a wonderful rest of your week. Look forward to catching you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Follow, message us, or scan the QR code on the screen to learn more.